Hello, everybody. Bum, bum, bum. All right, let's see. Xbox Games Showcase. Okay, so we got about 9 minutes. So during today's showcase, we're gonna be seeing Avowed, which, if you're unfamiliar, is being made by Obsidian. Obsidian is the developer that made Fallout New Vegas. They made the Outer Worlds. They made the Neverwinter Nights 2. Quite a few other games. If you're unfamiliar with them, you probably played one of their games they've made. They made South Park Stick of Truth. They did Pillars of Eternity. Lots and lots of games. And they are making an RPG that, it's not Elder Scrolls, but it's the same kind of genre of Elder Scrolls, where you have first person, you have lots of spells, it's a big world to explore, you do whatever you want kind of a thing. So Elder Scrolls like an open RPG. That's what they're going for. The game's called Avowed. They had a little short snippet of the game, like a little trailer at the Xbox announcement, but this is going to be the first time we're going to see actual deep dive into it, which is going to be great. And then we're going to see the developer of Wolfenstein Machine Games is making a Indiana Jones game. So Indiana Jones, imagine Indiana Jones being made by the developers that made the modern Wolfenstein games. So you know how fun those were? Now imagine that level of talent with Indiana Jones. Just think about it, all the possibilities of what could happen with that. Because they are really good at graphics, they're really good at gameplay, they're really good at fast. The gameplay of Wolfenstein was run, fast, 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 fast. Imagine that, that's how Indiana Jones fights, is going quick, going fast. So we'll get to see a taste of that. And then we're going to see also a lot more of Hellblade 2. If you remember, Hellblade was the one that came out a few years ago. Actually, no, longer. Long time ago. And they're finally making the sequel. It should come out this year. We're going to see some more gameplay of that. And it's the one that was supposed to represent what it's like to have schizophrenia. Kind of a lot of subtle nods to what it's like through the game. And then we're going to also see from... There's one other developer that's showing stuff today. My brain is blanking on who and what. Is it Ninja Theory? I think it's Ninja Theory? Let me double check. Okay, Xbox Showcase 2024. Let's see. Oh, sorry. Oxide Games is going to be showing us a game called Aura History Untold. We don't know much about that one, so we'll see. That'll be like our first look at it, see what that's going to be. Oxide is... They're veterans of strategy, so they've made Civilization 5. So it's probably going to be a grand strategy game. So if you liked Civ 5 but didn't like Civ 6, the developers that worked on 5 are making a new game. So some people weren't a big fan of the changes that 6 made. They preferred 5, so this one might be a little more like, you know, it's not Civ, they don't have access to the IP anymore, but sort of like Civ again. There's about 5 minutes until the developer conference. We're going to see Avowed, Indiana Jones, Aura History Untold, and then Hellblade 2. We're going to see gameplay of all of those. And then after this presentation is over, right after, there's going to be a presentation for Elder Scrolls Online. I play it all the time. That's one of the games I play the most when I'm offline, is Elder Scrolls Online. And they're going to reveal the next expansion. They call them chapters. And also some new features that are coming up. So it should be a good time. It's got about 5 minutes until it starts. That'll be right afterwards. So we're going to get to see 5 stuff. Also, we'll turn down the little tapping a little bit. Also, after... it's also going to be the 10-year anniversary of Elder Scrolls Online. Elder Scrolls came out in 2014, so this is 10 years later. They're probably going to have some sort of 10-year event for Elder Scrolls. So it should be fun to check that out. So now we're just waiting and hoping. Yeah, 10 years. It's been 10 years. Oh, hold on. Coffee time. Hello, Chilla Robots in the YouTube chat. Hello, Sam in the TikTok chat. And hello, all the people in the Twitch chat. A lot of people in the Twitch chat. Hello, everybody. How's it going? The original EverQuest is 25 years old now. How dare you? How dare you make me go from clueless to aware? Now I'm aware of how long ago that was, and now I feel old. It's fine. It's fine. So we got about 2 minutes, 3 minutes until the presentation starts. Oh, wait. Ninja Theory is revealing something today. They're on the list. So Ninja Theory is going to be showing something as well. They just put it on there. What is... Oh, Ninja Theory is Hellblade, aren't they? Hold on. Okay, yeah, that's right. Ninja Theory is Hellblade. That would be right. Oops. Let's see. I wish they would have played like a little bit of music or something during this instead of just typing. If you're on YouTube chat or Twitch chat and you have better choice of eats, you can type Dan Type to mimic the sound you're hearing. They might have a surprise, but I don't think they will. I think they're just going to have long presentations on each of these games, which is good, because I want to see all of them. I'll type it in the YouTube chat as well. Oh, whoop, wrong one. Not Dan chat, Dan Type. Boom. Okay, about a minute and a half until it starts. Just waiting for the presentation to begin. Miss Van Halbert, hello. Hello, Dazman. Hopefully the Indiana Jones game. You're missing a you're missing part of that sentence. Ninja Theory. They type so fast. For taking on the role of Sunua, Miller was a video editor at Ninja Theory. Before setting in initial test, the team realized perfect for the role. Nice. Okay, about 43 seconds. Obsidian, under the completion of its Kickstarter fundraising campaign, Ghost of Eternity achieved a noble milestone, becoming the highest funded video game on the platform at that time. Yes. 20 seconds. 19. 15. 14. Tifa? You want catnip? Tifa? Want some catnip? Here you go. What's catnip? Here we go, chat. I want to go down the scooter in a hallway. I often drink my coffee in a circle as well. I saw Todd. Now, Todd is the producer for Indiana Jones. We'll probably hear him talk about it. Ooh, we're starting with Avowed. Ooh. Here we go.
Welcome to Obsidian Entertainment. I'm so proud to share with you our upcoming fantasy action RPG, Avowed. Avowed is an adventure into the heart of the living lands, a frontier at the edge of the known world, where you must put a stop to a mysterious spiritual plague and discover a secret at the heart of the living lands.
It looks gorgeous.
At Obsidian, we love creating worlds with deep themes, dynamic gameplay, and thoughtful reactivity. And Avowed is no different. We set out to blend the believable and fantastical to give players a world and experience like no other. It's colorful, it's vibrant, it's strange. It's one of the most incredible settings in the world of ou're. There's going to be a lot of great secrets to discover, one of which has a really personal connection to you as the player character, and you're going to have a great time getting to know those secrets and leaving your mark on the world. And when it comes to encounters, our combat brings the best of the moment-to-moment fun that comes with action-oriented gameplay and the depth and breadth of choice that you get with an RPG.
Those wands?
Here to talk more about Avowed's combat is Gabriel Paramo, gameplay director.
Here at Obsidian,
Guns, magic?
Our team's overarching goal is to empower you with choice. So we developed a flexible combat system that allows you to quickly swap from spellcasting and sharpshooting to melee combat. We want to give you the freedom to mix and match your loadout to fit the way you want to play from moment to moment, uninterrupted. For all battles, you can combine a variety of weapons, attacks, and abilities for tactical advantages against a wide range of enemy types.
You have a wand and
It's
a shield.
not just hacking and slashing. You're making real-time decisions about when to use your abilities, powerful melee attacks, blocks, parries, and special attacks. If you choose to approach combat with a one-handed wand, it feels quick and snappy when dealing damage to enemies at mid-range. Using the Tanglefoot ability, you can stop enemies in their tracks, giving you the opportunity to focus on weaker or tougher combatants in an intentional and controlled manner. It's important to pay attention to the types of enemies you're dealing with. Some units are extremely defensive, some are brutishly difficult.
Oh, this game is in
and
the
others
same
you must make
universe
sure
as
you
Pillars of
prioritize,
Eternity
or
as
their
well.
Healing capabilities will put you in a tough spot.
So you might
To help
hear
with the
some
different
spells
encounters
that are
you will
similar.
face, we provide customizable loadouts that can be quickly switched during combat. That means you can play however you want. Equip a sword and shield and charge into battle. Dual-wield pistols and control the encounter mid-range. Or even dual-wield wands to feel like a gunslinging mage. You could use your enchanted wand to freeze enemies and then use your offhand weapon's power attack to shatter them. We've worked hard to keep you constantly engaged as battles unfold by creating a balance between pressure and manageability during combat.
Players will have ample choices for how to build and progress their envoy in the world of the Living Lands as they get to know the game and the story and explore the many diverse regions. Some quests in Avowed will have you make difficult decisions with
I get a lot of
profound
Elder Scrolls
consequences.
vibes from
Like this
the
side
combat.
quest you may encounter in Shatterscarp, the third region you'll explore on your journey through the Living Lands. As you're exploring, you come across the bodies of these fallen soldiers. And as you explore the remains of the battle, it's up to you to determine who, if anyone, is at fault.
Just the 4 of us. Manu, Kiri, Naoki, and me. Training under Captain Ruiki. Trying to keep Thirdborn safe.
In other words, you're a gang of vigilantes. Not that I'm one to judge.
Here. Take my badge. Take everyone's.
Wait, was that the main
Our families
character?
deserve to know we fought and died for
Is the
them.
main character voiced?
Making the right choice isn't always what it seems. We embrace moral nuance and gray areas, trusting players to make tough decisions in complicated situations.
My squad and I rested in the cave by the water last night, and as we were sleeping, we were ambushed by those miserable Zorips. I was so surprised, and it was so dark. I just got separated from everyone else. Look, I can't face those monsters alone, but I have to know if anyone else made it out. Of course he did. Sergeant Asui never has a thought he won't say out loud. So what did he tell you? That Captain Ruiki was sick? That I was paranoid? That I was a dumb baby? I heard it all often and loudly. Wait, if you found Sergeant Asui, why is he not here with you? What happened?
At the end of the quest, you have a choice. When you confront Private Naoki, if you believe the story he's told you, you can hand over the badges and let him go back home.
You're right. Real battle isn't something you can prepare for, is it? It's not my fault. No, they should have never have camped in the cave. I'll take the badges. I'm going back to Thirdborn.
But if you confront him, if you believe that he fled the site of the battle as an act of cowardice, then he might challenge you to a fight to reclaim his honor. Either way, when you return to town, you'll see the consequences of your actions and the choices you made during this quest. Creating an immersive experience like Avowed is anchored in the world we build. Art director Matt Hansen and the team have worked to create a unique, colorful, and dynamic visual style.
From the outset, we knew that we wanted Avowed setting to feel rich, weird, and wonderful. We found inspiration in a wide swath of real-world cultures, helping us create a unique RPG experience. By contrasting the vibrant with the dull, or verdant spaces with sickly ones, we can better deliver complex emotional experiences for our players. The Living Lands is a continent of untamed valleys with widely varied biomes, from luxuriant forests to volcanic wastes, and each of those regions itself is a conflux of storied landscapes. All of the regions have a lot of special things associated with them, but I have a deep place in my heart for Shatterscarp. As you're wandering the wastes of Shatterscarp, you might notice off in the distance a vibrant jewel of color. By transitioning from destitute,
I like that biome.
muted tones of a wasteland of sand and marching in towards a beautiful oasis, there's the opportunity there for life, for adventure, and even a little danger.
We hope you've enjoyed this look at Avowed. We're thrilled to share more about the game in the coming months, and we can't wait for you to explore the Living Lands when Avowed launches this fall.
Oh, it comes out this fall. Well, I hope the story and the combat's fun. The graphics remind me a lot of Outer Worlds. I get a lot of the graphics of Outer Worlds, the gameplay of Elder Scrolls, and like Obsidian's writing. So should be a lot of fun. It's going to be on Game Pass as well, so you don't have to buy this game. You can just play it. which is always fun. So even if you don't like it, if it's on Game Pass, you just play it, and if you like it, great. If you don't, nope, you're not losing out of anything. They announced Avowed a long time ago, so it's finally coming out. All right, now it's time for Hellblade. Here we go.
Hi, I'm Don Matthews, studio head here at Ninja Theory in Cambridge, UK. We're now in the final months of development on Senua's saga Hellblade 2, and the team is working hard to bring you an unforgettable journey into Senua's unique world and her battle for survival, where we have once again combined high fidelity and immersive presentation with a shorter, narrative-led experience that focuses on the things that we really care about, and that we hope you care about too.
A shorter narrative experience. The first Hellblade did kind of stretch out a little bit with the combat
with
sections.
A new quest. She wants to stop the Vikings who raided her village right at their source, in Iceland. But not just her quest has changed. Senua herself has grown since the first Hellblade. She's made peace with her past and is no longer in such fear of her visions and voices.
Beautiful.
While the Furies are still her constant companions, she encounters new people along the way, some of which will value her unique perspective, and others who will reject it.
Little by little, this settlement became my tribe.
In the game, Senua arrives in 10th century Iceland on the trail of the Vikings who have been enslaving her people. In the story, we're trying to be as faithful to history as we can up to a point, establishing a solid framework and then building more surreal elements on top. Senua will face up to giants who have plunged the land into chaos, and which in turn has seen the rise of the Droiga, a violent threat that has swept through the settlements that she'll discover.
Wait, was that part of history?
Senua will make new enemies and also new allies who will come to see her unique perspective as a beacon of hope. And she'll discover, along with us, how this viewpoint can have its advantages.
Senua is a Celtic warrior who experiences psychosis, seeing things that other people don't, hearing voices, and having unique beliefs about the world around her. To bring Senua's perspective of the world to life in a truthful way, we have once again worked closely with Professor Paul Fletcher at the University of Cambridge, as well as people with lived experience of psychosis.
What does that mean? What does that mean? It's terrifying.
Players will find themselves traversing beautiful and hostile environments, seeking answers from patterns and signs that Senua sees in her own unique way, and battling through encounters with enemies that will push Senua to her limits.
On Saga, we've taken everything to the next level. With a new motion capture space, a bigger stage team, a stunt crew, and a new cast.
We spent a lot of time planning the motion capture shoots, thinking of what events would be good to bring into this fight. Like, how can we make this fight feel different from the previous fight? We have all new combat for the sequel. One of our key goals was the ability to actually tell a story throughout it. It does feel very different from the first game, but it's very brutal and you're very invested in it. Senua isn't a superhero. She's fighting for survival, and we want the player to feel her struggle in every step of her journey. We want the player to always feel like they just scraped through, just survived it.
Mel knows Senua better than anyone, better than I do. Her instincts are amazing, and she really doesn't need much help from me. On stage, our main focus is storytelling. So I get to watch the actors and see all the beautiful expressions on their faces. And then I have to wait a little while, and then I get to see that all again, in-game, in costume, on location, everything. It's a great experience, a great process.
Every discipline in the studio is unified in achieving a deep level of immersion to help suspend your disbelief and pull you into Senua's story. We were lucky enough to do a few reference gathering trips in Iceland. You have to be there. The sense of scale, everything is incredible. And you see a scene or you see a small section of the game and you're like, yeah, that works, that's amazing.
Senua experiences reality differently, and a part of this manifests in the voices she hears.
She will collapse. She will collapse.
These voices come to life through binaural audio, which provides a good representation of this type of auditory hallucinations. As we focus in immersion, binaural audio is perfect for this because through headphones, you surround yourself in a three-dimensional space. In the first game, we only applied to the voices that Senua listens in her head. In this game, through spatial audio technology and some extra little things within the game, there is music that is binaural. Every single sound has the potential to be binaural, so everything is spatialized around you, and it's a very beautiful experience.
What will they do to her? What will we do to us?
Music is a strange language in the sense that it speaks to our emotions fast and deep. It's not only about quality, it's about personality. So when you listen to Hellblade, you know it's Hellblade.
It's going to be such a
On the music, we are
surreal experience
with Hainu,
again.
which for me is a personal privilege because I really admire them. We feel their craft, their depth, their meaning in the music. It really connects with our game and elevates it to something really special. We are also working with a heavy metal singer, throat singers, and our very own Furies. They sing so beautiful, and we add that binaural touch of music. So this all creates a very immersive and a very special and unique experience.
Our mission here at Ninja Theory is to craft life-changing art with game-changing tech. And that's our aim in Senua's Saga Hellblade 2, is to not only see where Senua goes next, but to deliver something really meaningful for our players.
My hope is that they will really connect to Senua as a character, and even if they can't really relate to what she's going through, maybe they know someone that relates to that character and they can then understand that person better.
Well,
that music is
I don't want to
so
sound
good.
cheesy, but in a way I'm Senua, right? She exists and doesn't. It exists through all of our work, through every ninja. So we all are Senua, and we are creating this character that grows and grows and grows and grows and keep growing and keep changing. So that makes it real.
I'm so proud of the love, care, and passion our team here at Ninja Theory are putting into Senua's Saga Hellblade 2. Our hope is to not only create a game that is great to play, but to craft an experience that leaves you thinking and feeling. From our combat gameplay through to our action set pieces, from our cinematic scenes to our puzzle solving, everything is crafted in service of Senua's journey, a journey that you can embark on May 21st.
Ooh, May 21st, release date. That's soon. It's only like 4 months. And it's going to be on Game Pass, so you don't have to buy this one either. If you already have Game Pass. Now it's time for Indiana Jones. Probably Oxide, I would imagine. They'll probably end with Indiana. Wait, what? Square Enix. Wait, Square Enix. They snuck that in there. A surprise.
Greetings, Xbox players. My
Hello.
name is Masaru Oyamada, producer for the Mana series
Ooh,
here
Mana.
at Square Enix. 聖剣伝説ビジョンズ・オブ・マナの情報を Xbox ユーザーの皆さんにいち早くお伝えできる機会をいただけて
Ooh, Visions of
大
Mana.
変光栄です。コンソールゲームとしては約17年ぶりとなる聖剣伝説シリーズの完全新作。聖剣伝説シリーズは1991年にファイナルファンタジー外伝として誕生して以降、マナと聖剣をめぐって描かれる愛をテーマに、個性豊かなキャラクターたち、心に響く楽曲の数々、武器の特性を生かして戦うアクション RPG として これまでに17作発売され、長らく愛されてきました。
Wow, there's been so many mana games.
本作は30年以上の歴史あるシリーズの最新作となるため、これまで培われてきた聖剣伝説としての世界をしっかり感じられるものを目指して鋭意制作中です。フィールドでは自然や精霊とのつながりを感じられる色彩豊かな聖剣伝説の世界を体験してもらえると思います。シリーズおなじみのモンスターたちも本作に登場しています。
I remember playing a mana game on Nintendo, Super Nintendo, and grinding
今回
slimes, level
こ
up
れ
my
らのおなじみ
boomerang
のモンスター
skill.
たちを作り出した聖剣伝説の生みの親である石井浩一さんとともに、聖剣伝説ビジョンズ・オブ・マナの内容を紹介していきたいと思います。
Hello, I am Koichi Ishii from Gretz. I am so happy to introduce the newest game in the Mana series to Xbox players. 初期の頃からシリーズ作品に登場しているモンスターたちは私が考案したものですが、
That
中には
jacket
小学
looks
生の頃
amazing.
すでにイメージができていたものもあります。今作では初めはドット絵からスタートしたモンスターたちをどのような形で最
He
新化
looks
し
like a
て
guy
聖
that
剣伝
draws
説
cute animals,
ビジ
but
ョンズ・オ
also
ブ・
will
マナ
break
に
your
落と
fingers
し込む
if
か。
you
デザインの
cross
方向
him.
性からモデルの完成イメージまでを監修する立場でプロジェクトに参加しました。聖剣伝説ファイナルファンタジー外伝を作っていた頃から自分の頭の中ではモンスターたちは立体的に
English
生
is a
き生きと動い
very
て、
hard language to
これまで
learn
自分が携わった作品では
if it's not your
それ
first
らを
language.
どうやって当時の技術で表現できるかにこだわって作ってきました。最新作では聖剣伝説のモンスターたち
Especially if
の
you
ただ
are
可愛いだけではなく恐ろしさの部分
if
も
your
し
default
っかり
language
と
doesn't
表
follow
現できて
like
いるので、バトル中はモンスターたちの表
the
情
rule
にも
system of
注目
English
してく
at
だ
all.
さい。
これまで聖剣伝説シリーズには空を旅する、海を渡る手助けをしてくれる頼もしい仲間たちがいましたが、今作には広大なフィールド探検に欠かせない新たな仲間が登場します。陸上を猛スピードで駆け回ってくれるピ
Yeah,
ッ
it's
クル。
extremely
ピッ
different
ク
from
ルも
Japanese
石井
as
さんが
well.
新たに考案してくださっています。
新たな仲間を考
English
え
is one of the
るに
hardest
あた
languages
って
to learn
は
because it's just
今作の
so
マスコットキャラクターになる
has
く
so
ら
many
い可愛い
contradictory rules
動物にしたいという漠然とした思
that
い
don't
があ
make
りま
any
した。
sense.
その上でヨークシャテリアの毛並み、見た目はアルマジルによく似た仙山港や古代エジプト神のアヌビスの子供といった具体的なイメージが浮かんできて、それぞれの特徴を取り入れながらラフデザインを書き起こしました。デザイナーにもアイデアを出してもらいながら、足の長さや丸まった時のイメージなどゲームの中での見え方も考えながら調整を重ねていき、ピックルは誕生しました。
もう一つの挑戦は楽曲面です。過去さまざまなコンポー
Yep,
ザ
here
ーが
comes the
携
people
わ
in
れた
chat.
楽曲の
Now
雰囲気
English
が
is
感じ
so
られつつも、
easy. I can learn it in
最
a
新
minute.
作
You already speak it.
素晴らしい新たな楽曲が生まれました。BGM で
You're
も
typing in
しっかり
English. I
聖
mean,
剣
you already
伝説
know
シリー
it.
ズらしさを感じてもらえると思います。
Of course, it's easy for you.
過去シリーズの楽曲を手掛けたクリエイターたちが全100曲という大ボリュームの制作に挑んでくれました。新たな試みとしてフィールドの探索からバトルまでをシームレスに体験できるよう、今作ではインタラクティブミュージックを導入しており、冒険の没入感を高めてくれます。探索中の BGM がバトルに入った瞬間、アレンジが切り替わる様を実際に聞いてみましょう。
Yeah, kids learn English, learn languages much easier than adults do. There's something about the young brain able to like absorb language like a sponge. As you get older, it gets harder to learn languages. You can still do it, it's just a lot harder.
今作はアクション RPG 聖剣伝説のアクション部分が強化されています。空中で
That's
の
why
アク
it's
ショ
really
ンが
important
バトルの
for
鍵とな
kids
って
to
お
have
り、
like
武器での
other
攻撃
languages
だ
in
け
like
でなく
elementary school
魔法での攻撃も
when
可
they
能に
learn
なっ
it
ています。
easiest.
そして本作ならではの特徴として聖剣伝説シリーズではおなじみの精霊たちがいますが、その力を宿した武器を使うとバトルを手助けしてくれるようになります。精霊によってはさまざまな特性の違いがありますので、その効果とともに聖剣伝説の世界らしい 不思議な力で
Probably one of
爽快
the
なバ
best
トルを楽しんでいただけ
mana
ます。
best graphically looking mana games yet. This looks really nice.
オリジナルモンスターやピックリにも注目してほしいのですが、聖剣伝説ビジョンズ・オブ・マナは
Yes, sir. I
聖剣伝
love
説
your
らしさ
game. It's
を感じ
perfect.
てもらえる作
I
品にな
wouldn't
る
change
よ
a thing.
う小山田君を中心にチームのみんなが頑張って作ってくれ
Yes,
て
sir.
いますので、ぜひ発売日を楽しみに待っていてください。私自身もプレイするのを楽しみにしています。
聖剣伝説シリーズとして初めて Xbox ユーザーの皆さんにお届けする
One of the hardest languages to learn is
聖剣伝
Klingon.
説ビジョンズ・オブ・マナは今後も様々な情報をお届けしていきますので、ぜひご期待ください。この夏、この忘れられない冒険を Xbox ユーザーの皆さんに楽しんでいただける日が今から待ちきれません。
Also, it's coming out on Xbox. Oh, not Game Pass, though. Well, do we have any more surprises? That was not on the list. You know, there's still room right here for something else, possibly. All right, now this is from the developers of Civilization 5. So it's probably going to be a strategy game like Civ.
Hello, and welcome to
Hi.
Oxide Games. We founded the studio in 2013 with our decades of personal experience building some of the most beloved strategy games of all time, like Civilization 5.
Yep.
We came together to create something new and innovative in a genre we all love. Our History Untold is the game we've dreamt of making.
Aura is an homage to historical gamers, strategy gamers, 4X gamers. It features all the depth and gameplay fans of this genre love, where you'll explore the world, expand your nation, govern your people, and engage with your rivals on the international stage. But it isn't just more of the same. With Aura, we wanted to challenge some of the preconceived notions about the genre, push it forward in a modern, empowering, and truly compelling and approachable way.
For example, we have over 100 instruments on display in the office, which are all things that we purchased in order to add to the soundtrack and
wait.
expand the game and make it really good.
They're filming right now.
Hi, Dan.
Hi.
That's Dan. We started in his basement.
What? I was wondering what was
It's been an
happening
amazing
down
process
there.
To see from concept to completion.
Is that what all that noise was?
We started small, building a robust game engine,
God
questioning
damn.
our design assumptions, and prototyping out features, rediscovering what made us fall in love with strategy games in the first place.
The end result is Aura, the historical grand strategy game that presents a living world where you can rule how you want to rule and chart your own path to becoming the most prestigious nation on the planet.
For Aura, we knew we needed deep systems with outcomes that encourage exploration and give players the power to experiment and make meaningful strategic choices while still having agency over their playstyle.
We also wanted to explore more in different parts of history and give players from around the world the chance to see the game reflect their unique perspective and not just ours.
I hope this is good. I love
finally,
Civ.
We knew that for players to feel the impact of their decisions, they would need to see their choices reflected in the game world itself, not just through numbers on a menu. One of the first differences you'll see when you dive into Aura is what we call the living world. It's a procedurally generated alternate Earth, bursting with life, an intuitive, authentic, and immersive space, a blank canvas for players to paint the society of their dreams.
The living world isn't just a map, it reflects the choices players make over the course of the game. They can see everything from the settling of the wilderness to cultural influence on architecture over time to the thousands of citizens living their lives and reacting to the changes. We want players to feel like they're truly occupying the world, leading their people as they thrive and grow. Core to the vision of Aura is our philosophy of rule how you want to rule. And no feature better exemplifies this than the prestige system.
To win a game of Aura, players will compete with their rivals to build the most influential, impressive, and important nation the world has ever known. This is measured by prestige, the player's score that proves their worth as a leader.
The prestige system gives players the chance to decide what kind of leader they want to be. Do they want to pursue great works of arts and culture?
Can I just build an army and destroy their prestige?
Scientific advancement. The choice is theirs.
Wait, mech suits?
In Aura, there are no set victory conditions. Players get to decide what is most important to them and focus and prioritize on those goals while still being able to win the game.
Personally, when I play Aura, I like to build triumphs. Triumphs are our collection of incredible monuments and architectural achievements from throughout human history. Like the Great Pyramid of Giza. They're hard to build, but worth it, giving huge prestige bonuses and game-changing abilities to the nation that constructs them.
Another aspect of Aura that I'm personally excited about is our crafting system.
The crafting system offers a unique challenge to the player that they generally won't see often in the 4X genre. Succeeding at balancing, gathering the right things, turning them into the tools that you need, and then finally getting to the outcome or reward of something like an important improvement or triumph just changes the challenge
the
that
showcase
exists
is happening
in Aura
right now
compared to other 4X games.
Crafting plays out in Aura at a national scale, with players honing
about
and
half over, I
combining the
think.
natural resources they harvest into all manner of goods and components. Those are the foundation for everything, from international trade to improving their cities' and citizens' lives, and even manufacturing the weapons necessary to draft military units. The crafting system in Aura encourages thoughtful, advanced planning. It rewards players who can see the strategic outcome of all their collective decisions, and not just the individual ones.
I'm proud of the work that's gone into our simultaneous turn system. Many strategy games have players alternate taking turns and reacting to their opponent's moves. In Aura, all players' actions are resolved at the same time. This rewards players' ability to navigate uncertainty, to predict and strategically plan for a variety of scenarios in the moment. This system makes Aura just feel more real. In a typical strategy game, once your turn is finished, you have to wait for a long time. With simultaneous turns, generally speaking, those times are very low. You get to keep playing the game and stay engaged rather than having those periods of downtime where you're not doing anything.
It's not easy sifting through all of history and picking what to include. For Aura, we wanted to offer a fresh perspective, so we looked at cultures and societies throughout the millennia with the broadest lens possible.
Where this approach really shines is in our leaders. Leaders are so often seen as military personnel or prominent government figures, but leaders come in so many different forms. They're thought leaders, scientific and cultural prodigies, and many more.
Each leader in Aura has a number of special abilities determined by their personality traits, as well as a powerful and unique leader trait informed by their contributions to world history.
With a diverse global roster, we know players will find leaders that they will want to play. And even a few that may surprise them with how fun it is when those leaders are handed the reins of power.
For us at Oxide,
What game is that?
Player feedback is the only way to really understand what you're making. It
Whoa,
gives us
what was that?
priceless
She has a
perspective
hammock
from the people we're making
under her
Aura
desk?
for. You.
Building the game alongside real players has given us that critical player feedback. In the end, we believe this makes for a deeper connection between the players and the game.
One of my favorite examples is when we first introduced the concept of dangerous wildlife to the game. It turns out, in our first iteration, it was maybe a little bit too aggressive or disruptive.
That's a lot of lions.
Probably make a change when one of our insiders made a forum post that was just
Cougars, cougars.
Cougars, I hate cougars!
Someone get these feline demons away from me. I'm happy to report, based on more recent feedback, that I think we ended up in a good place with the overall threat level of mountain lions to a player's citizenry.
It's been years of hard work to bring you a strategy experience like no other. And we're so excited that we can finally see the finish line. We can't wait for players to get their hands on the game later this year.
Ooh,
But the launch of Aura is only the beginning. We are going to maintain our insider program after the release date and continue to listen to players and support the game into the future.
On behalf of everyone at Oxide Games, thank you for joining us
I hope
today.
it's good.
We can't wait for you to play Aura and to create your own history.
Fall, nice. Another game in fall. I love Civ. They made Civ 5, which was great. A lot of people prefer 5 to 6. So hopefully they make this one good. All right, now it's time for Todd and Indiana Jones. It's Todd time.
Hej och välkommen till Uppsala, Sverige, här hos Machine Games. We are really excited to finally be able to share our work on Indiana Jones. Since the first film came out, Indiana Jones has always represented the ultimate adventure. Even today, it's one of the most iconic franchises in pop culture. In this
God, I hope
game,
this is good.
you aren't just playing as Indy, you are Indiana Jones. You will see through his eyes and experience a journey that we hope lives up to the proud legacy of Indiana Jones. When Todd Howard first told us about his vision for the game, we knew we would be a very good fit to help bring it to life.
I've wanted to make an Indiana Jones game forever. I'd had this idea for what it would be like and the story, what Indy was going after, what period of his life it was in, what kind of arc he was going to have. And as the years went on, I thought, who would be like the best studio in the world to make this? And it was my friends at Machine Games. I can remember pitching Lucasfilm on the game and being, a little bit nervous because, look, it's, Indiana Jones, and their response was just overwhelmingly positive, and just that excitement has bled through the whole project, and they have just been so trusting and supportive of everything that we want to do with the game. It's been a long time. I've been a fan of this my whole life, and I couldn't be more excited to show you what the team here has been up to. Let's take our first look at the new Indiana Jones game.
Let me tell you what you
Machine Games made
Dr. Jones.
Wolfenstein, so they're really good developers.
A pointless game. I was playing you. You're wondering if maybe you should have built yourself a life of meaning instead of ending up here, dead and forgotten in the sense of Africa.
Myths. History. Just different ways to interpret the past. Thousands of years of humanity's thoughts and beliefs, scattered and buried.
Damn.
Just waiting to be found.
You can't just run away from your problems, Indiana.
Watch me.
Kinda looks like Harrison. The scream.
Throughout history, mankind has built sites of great spiritual significance. If you were to draw a line through these ancient sites around the globe, you get a perfectly aligned circle.
Ooh. Oh, the whip gameplay.
I've had run-ins with these guys before. Trust me, it ain't a walk in the park.
Okay, then. Let's see if you can keep up.
What do you mean if I could keep up?
Uh-oh. Damn.
Patron of the fallen angels. Protector of the Chirkulimani. The Great Circle. You have any idea how old that was?
Okay, that looked really good.
Indiana Jones is such an iconic character, and he means so much to so many people. Everyone here at the studio has their own indie stories and memories.
Whoever the voice actor is sounds a lot like Harrison.
Most of us grew up with his adventures and have been fans of the movies and the character for years. He's a brilliant archaeologist, he's a charismatic everyman, he's passionate and determined. And for us, he's synonymous with adventure.
Now we have the opportunity to tell a new Indiana Jones story for a modern gaming audience. Our game is all about putting you in Indy's shoes, letting you see and feel what he sees and feels. For us at Machine Games, we do that best through first person. It's the ideal perspective to bring you into the rich, exciting, and interactive world we've built. We believe that being up close and personal to the adventure is key, making each action feel like your own.
Whether it's cracking your whip, solving puzzles in ancient temples, or seeing your knuckles go bloody in
So
a
it looks
fist
like
fight,
it does go to
all
third
of these
person
moments
during
are
like
much more
cutscenes.
intense in first person. But we still want you to have those moments. Seeing his iconic silhouette with the hat and the whip, and so for things like cutscenes and environmental traversal, we pull the camera back for a third-person view. Indiana Jones and the Great Circle is set between Raiders of the Lost Ark and The Last Crusade.
When our game begins, Indiana is working at Marshall College. He wakes up in the middle of the night to the sounds of a break-in and rushes to confront the thief in the college museum. The mysterious giant of a man makes off with what seems to be a historically insignificant artifact, sparking Indiana's curiosity.
Who the hell are you?
Following the trail, Indiana heads to the Vatican, hoping to learn why this particular relic was stolen, and discovers that things aren't what they appear.
He starts pulling at the strings of a mystery, and it all
I
unravels
thought she was
until
Paris
he has
Hilton
no
at
choice
first.
but to see
When I
it through
first
to
looked
the
at her, I was
end,
like,
whatever the end
what
may
is she
be.
doing here?
On next plane to Rome. Stop. Need help. Stop. Meet me in Vatican. Stop. Indy.
We always talk about how clever Indiana Jones is. That had to be one of our guiding principles.
It was
when we
mostly
were
the
thinking
dress,
about
I think.
the type of game we were making. It wouldn't be Indy if he wasn't using his wits to get through the situation. The most authentic Indiana Jones experience we can make is the one that makes you think first.
First-person puzzles will be interesting.
Sure, there will be some obstacles that will be more easily overcome with the revolver or a gun taken from a disarmed guard. But I think most of the time you'll have more fun and, to be honest, a more genuine indie experience by finding more clever ways to solve a problem.
We always want to be offering more solutions, whether it's trying a different path through the environment to get around enemies, observing enemy patrols and using them to your advantage, or using the tools at your disposal, like the whip.
It's an amazing global adventure with action propelling you through your journey.
We have these really diverse environments for you to explore. Indy's journey will take him to the forgotten temples of Sukhothai, the pyramids of Egypt, the snow-peaked Himalayas, and beyond.
We look carefully at each location and the time period the game is set in, and we're trying to make it as authentic and accurate as possible.
We love creating rich, vibrant worlds, and in this game, we also had the goal of making it feel like a true cinematic Indiana Jones adventure.
One of the biggest ways to do that is with the music. John Williams is the original composer for the indie films, and we're really lucky to have found Gordy Hub, a composer who's been able to capture Williams' essence.
Oh, I
with his
thought they
score for
were
The
going to
Great
say
Circle.
he came back to score it. I was like, whoa.
We also take a very movie-like approach to things like cinematics. We're very physical with our production style. We use a lot of stunt actors. Things like this help us bridge the gap between making a game
I love
and
that
making a
falling
movie.
thing they had there.
And of course, our characters do a lot to help bring the world to life as well. Next to Indy, Gina is our other main protagonist. Where Indy is pursuing answers just for the sake of curiosity, Gina has a personal stake in getting to the bottom of the core mystery.
The developer of
Gina
Wolfenstein
an
is making this,
investigative
not
reporter who
Bethesda
has a
Game
lot
Studio.
riding on this adventure. She's been tracking a lead for some time, and now she's found an ally in this determined American professor. Their paths are intertwined, and they'll need each other in order to get to the bottom of this mystery.
Okay, then.
It looks
Let's
really
even
good.
Fight. What do you mean a fight?
We always love our villains and think we might have found our favorite one yet in Emmerich Voss. He's this intensely psychological man. He's obsessed with the human mind and manipulating it.
He's highly intelligent and the perfect foil for Indy. They're both brilliant people, compelled by their passions and obsessions, but driven down wildly different roads.
He creeps up on you and gets under your skin like he gets under Indy's skin. It's captivating.
Dead and forgotten in the sands of Africa.
One of our mottos for Indiana Jones and the Great Circle is adventure first. But in every indie adventure, there are always those moments where he finds himself in the action.
That's been one of those balancing acts for us, and we've ended up with this sort of hybrid experience that mixes melee combat, stealth, and gunplay.
How you approach any given situation is up to you. You may choose to sneak around an enemy patrol, or maybe you'll just pick up a shovel and whack them on the back of their head. And when you can't use your wits, you got Indie's most iconic tool. Just like you see in the movies, one of our goals has been to make the whip as fun and multi-purposed as possible. We want it integrated into every aspect of the game.
You can use it as a traversal tool to make your way around the environment. You can use it as a distraction.
I'm all about whip combat.
Yes,
that looks
good. You can absolutely
good.
use it in combat.
The weapon you don't get to use very often.
Everything you'd expect from Indie's whip. And hopefully a little bit more. Puzzles are a key feature in our game. The spirit of discovery is so important to Indiana Jones. Obviously, there are a handful of puzzles on the main path, but a lot of the puzzles are optional and are just there for the players who want to experience them. Epic traps, small secrets, and hidden puzzles that blend right in with their surroundings.
One thing I love about our game is the level of interactivity that we have. We have this world of mystery where anything could potentially hide a secret. The more you look, the more you'll discover.
Uh-oh.
Oh, you gotta be kidding me.
I want to thank you all for joining us for our big reveal of Indiana Jones and the Great Circle. Machine Games is known for creating these rollercoaster experiences with huge set pieces, surprising twists, and immersive narratives. It's exciting for us that we have been able to stay so true to the Indiana Jones franchise and create such an authentic experience while still being able to showcase what makes us us. We are making a game for everyone, whether you are very familiar with the franchise
Wolfenstein
or not.
is
Because
such
at the
a
heart
good
of Indiana
series of
Jones
games.
is an
I
incredible
trust these
adventure,
guys to
and
make a
I
really
think
fun shooter.
That's something everyone wants to be part
Because
of.
they are very, very
I'm also
talented
very
at making
excited
fun
to announce
games.
that Indiana Jones and the Great Circle will be coming later this year, and we cannot wait to share more soon.
Todd! I just saw Todd steal the golden statue. I'm surprised I got to use Harrison's likeness. They must have the rights to. They must have in this contract that they get the get to use his likeness in the movies whenever they want. Outro sizzle. A sizzle reel. It looks like that's it.
Take one.
Is it animals, children, and game developers?
Our mission here at Ninja Theory is to craft life-changing art with game-changing tech.
Core to the vision of ou're is our philosophy of rule how you want to rule.
I want a scooter like
Stay
that.
happy.
This woman has a scooter and a hammock at her desk.
Creating an
It's
immersive
amazing.
experience like Avowed is anchored in the world we build.
You aren't just playing as Indy, you are Indiana Jones.
My name is Masaru Oyamada. 今作はアクション RPG 聖剣伝説のアクション部分が強化されています。
Looks like it's going to be a pretty strong year for Xbox. If all these games are coming out this year, which is extra awesome. We don't have to wait like 4 years for these games. Like, they're coming out this year. If they don't get delayed. But, you know, Fingers crossed. But that looks good. Let's see. Does E3 trailers still work? No. E3 recap. Okay, how about 2024? Nope. Oh, well. Well, the next thing is going to be twitch.tv/Bethesda. Let's see. So...
Now, I have something hearty or a light-filling treat for you to pick yourself back up from that last adventure if you'd like. Wonderful. I have a few things getting started in the kitchen back there, so let's see what we can cook up in the next few minutes.
So the next reveal is going to be for Elder Scrolls Online, which is in about 10 minutes. All right, hold on. Let me get one of my Google Docs ready. Give me a second. Doop. Docs. Google. New document. Let's see. Xbox Showcase. There we go. All right, so Xbox Showcase, they started off with Avowed. Avowed is being made by Obsidian. And from my vibes from Avowed was it kind of looked like Elder Scrolls style combat mixed with Pillars of Eternity quests / writing. It's kind of like the vibe I was getting from it. It was like kind of Elder Scrolls. There was a heavy emphasis on dual wielding. They had everything from where is my indentation thingy? There. They had wands. They had guns. They had melee weapons, shields. You didn't equip spells were not on there. Spells were not equipped like weapons. So that was one big difference from Elder Scrolls is it seemed like they were just casting a button to cast a spell versus like having to equip it and use it. But the wands looked really cool. And you can swap to guns and melee. And it seemed like they had a way to like swap quickly between stuff. The world is set inside the Pillars of Eternity universe. So there were some spell names, locations, races, abilities, etc. But it was all from a first-person combat perspective. It's not based on D&D. They made their own combat system for Pillars of Eternity. Pillars of Eternity had you can tell they they used the basic concept of what D&D is, and then they kind of made their own version of it after. But so Elder Scrolls mixed graphics reminded me heavily of Outer Worlds, where the world is both beautiful but alien and strange at the same time. Kind of like it wasn't just a forest. It was a forest, but there was also like some bears with weird like scales on their back, and very colorful palette for the game. Very colorful palette, very vibrant. They are not going for photorealism, but instead style. Quests have choice. They beat that in several times, I believe. Quests will have choices. Quests will have choices. Quests will have choices again and again. And it seemed like some options were based on skills. So, like, there was a little thing where there was an arrow, and you could, if you had a certain skill, you could, like, do something special during the quest. Overall, Avowed looked like it's going to be a pretty solid RPG, and it's going to be on Game Pass from day one, so there's no need to, like, purchase it if you don't want to. Second, they showed Hellblade. Hellblade 2. It's going to be, as they said, shorter, more narrative this time. Heavy focus on music, atmosphere, ambience. It's going to be very, very dark storytelling that represents psychosis, living with psychosis. Combat will be brutal, more like a survival horror than an action game. So yeah, more like survival horror, where you're not a hero. You're not like going to go in and just take out 100 enemies and just like walk away and make jokes. Like, it's going to be a struggle to get there. They said they wanted to be footed in real history up to a point. Man, I'll skip over and come back to you in a little bit. But the next one was Aura. Actually, we're running out of time. Only got about... Only got about 3 minutes, so we'll just switch over to the Bethesda stream. Let's see. This will be their reveal of Elder Scrolls Online's next expansion and their 10-year anniversary event. And upcoming features. Elder Scrolls Online reveal. Yeah, it's been out for 10 years. It's amazing. Like, where does the time go? So about 2 minutes. I'm going to run to the bathroom real fast. And we'll be right back in a second. Just in time.
Welcome everyone to the 2024 Elder Scrolls Online Global Reveal. Today, we'll share all of the details of our 2024 plans, including ESO's new chapter.
Oh,
but
hell
first,
yeah.
I'd like to take a moment to talk about what ESO means to all of us, here at ZeniMax Online and to all of you. We built ESO as a virtual world centered around Elder Scrolls lore, where you can go anywhere, play in any style you want with endless customization, and have the freedom to roleplay as anyone you want. And also to be a safe harbor from the often unpredictable and complex outside world. Just take a step back to the game's early days and see how much we've accomplished. From taking on Molag Bal with the help of Cadwell and Darian Gauthier, fighting other players to claim territory in Cyrodiil.
I play this game way too much.
Amazing PvP system. Slaying dragons in the sandy canyons of Elsewhere with Chimera and Abner Tharn. Fencing a fortune and stolen goods at your friendly neighborhood outlaw refuge. And so much more. We take you through all of the lands of Tamriel, filled with memorable characters who return again and again to provide companionship, humor, and drama. Our stories are among the best in the genre, and our content also includes game systems like Companions, Antiquities, Tales of Tribute, Dungeons, PvP, the list goes on and on. With ESO, you can pick and choose what fits your virtual life in Tamriel. And later this year, we'll hit an amazing and important milestone, 10 years in Tamriel.
Damn.
Our history, of course, goes back even farther to ZOS's founding in 2007, and many ESO developers have been with us for 15 years or more. I can't speak of the studio's history without acknowledging the profound impact that Robert Altman had on my life and that of everyone at ZOS. As CEO of ZeniMax Media, who passed away in 2021, Robert was a true champion of the game, and he was a friend and mentor to all of us.
Aww.
He is very much missed, but ZOS is stronger because of the foundation he helped build during our formative years. ESO has grown over the years to be 24 million players, including gamers from all over the world. Originally in English, French, and German, we now offer localization in Chinese, Japanese, Russian, and Spanish.
That'll do it.
And ESO developers now stretch from west coast of the USA through Austin, Texas, to our headquarters in Maryland, and eastward to Budapest, Hungary, where we recently opened ZeniMax Online Hungary. ESO is truly a global phenomenon. Everyone at ZOS considers the ESO community part of the family. It's not just a hashtag. That feeling of caring and connection begins in our studio, and I'm very proud to be part of it. Remember that ESO launched in April 2014, but that was just on PC. It launched on Xbox and PlayStation in June 2015. So, we're celebrating our 10-year anniversary over 15 months in 2024 and 2025. Expect community events around the globe. We announced the first of these already. It's in the Netherlands this coming spring. Thank you to everyone who signed up already. We'll have another large community event in 2025 in the Baltimore, Washington area of the USA to mark the 10th anniversary of ESO's console launch, and a few more events sprinkled between them. We will post information on all of our anniversary celebration plans on social media and ElderScrollsOnline.com. The team has prepared special 10-year anniversary rewards for many of our in-game events happening in 2024 and 2025. Some you can start earning right now. Stay tuned for details. We're eager to celebrate and to kick things off in earnest in just a few months. I can't wait to see all of you at the in-person events. And now it's time to look forward to 2024's new content. ESO's newest chapter features everything that makes ESO special.
Okay.
Exploring a region of Tamriel well known to Elder Scrolls fans.
Yeah.
Telling an amazing story that goes deep into the lore of the region and adding a new gameplay with a system called Scribing, which allows players to customize some of their abilities. The chapter is called Gold Road, and it takes place on the borders of Cyrodiil, Gold Coast, and Valenwood.
Oh my god, that's Skingrad.
So let's start the show and see all the details.
That was Skingrad!
With the global premiere of the 2024 ESO Gold Road trailer. Enjoy, and see you in Tamriel.
Oh shit. I believe these three are meant to represent players in the game. They're not actual characters. Oh, that guy's back. He's been in quite a few places in the game. He's a non-evil Daedra. Well, we'll say neutral. Never mind. Different guy. He just wanted the staff. He didn't try to kill him. He just wanted the staff. He does his own thing. Ooh, or what is that? What the hell just happened? I think that's Skingrad, by the way. Oh my god, the cathedral?
up, everyone? You just saw the world premiere trailer for our upcoming chapter, The Elder Scrolls Online
Skingrad
Gold
was
Road.
the Oblivion
I'm Gina Bruno,
city
ESO Senior Community
that had
Manager,
a
and today I'm joined
vampire
by the Elder
as
Scrolls
the
Online's
counts
own
of the
creative
town.
director, Rich Lambert.
And his
Hey
castle
everyone,
was on
I'm
a
thrilled
bridge
to
up
be
high,
back
you
again for
remember?
this year's ESO Global Reveal.
You went there in
Boy, do we have a
Oblivion.
lot of exciting things to share with you all. The team has been working super hard on 2024's new adventures and features, and it's going to be another amazing year for the Elder Scrolls Online.
Well, the truth is, the team's been working super hard for the past 16 years. And Rich, you and I have actually been here from the very beginning in 2007.
Gold Road.
It's wild looking back for sure. I remember the days of being able to fit the entire team into a minivan and all go out to lunch together. A lot has changed since then, and now we're suddenly about to celebrate 10 years of being live, with 40 plus major content updates and a community that literally spans the globe. It's amazing how much we've done, and it certainly doesn't feel like 16 years have passed already.
And now that we're looking ahead to what's coming in 2024, why don't you start us off with an overview about this year's adventure and story?
Last year, we saw players explore the Telvanni Peninsula and Apocrypha zones and delved into a story surrounding the Prince of
The
Knowledge.
story in
Mora
Necrom was
and
really
Master
good.
of Magics of the Arcanist class.
It had some
This
big
year, we're
impact
inviting
on the
players to
lore of Elder
venture
Scrolls.
into a Colovian region known as the Westweald. And this region spans the western borders of
Oh,
Cyrodiil
shit,
to the
that whole
north
area?
and the eastern tip of Valenwood. And many Elder Scrolls players will probably recognize this location from Test 4 Oblivion. In our time, a dense jungle has suddenly appeared overnight along the Valenwood border, and the whole region is suffering from a rise in attacks from a mysterious new kind of Daedra.
So the new zone will be familiar for those of you who played Oblivion, but there's something big going on behind the scenes that's causing all this chaos.
We're doing something we've never done before in ESO, and we're introducing a whole new Daedric Prince.
That is a really big deal.
It is, and we are really excited about it. The Gold Road storyline focuses on the return of a forgotten prince named Athelia. And it was great to be able to work with BGS to bring our vision for this new power to life, and we think folks are going to love what we've created. In last year's Necrom chapter, we dropped a major cliffhanger. Mysterious forces discovered
Well, they
the
just
existence
spoiled the
of this
expansion,
forgotten Daedric
damn.
Prince Athelia.
Sorry
In
if you're
Gold
playing through
Road,
Necrom.
You'll discover that prince is now free with dire consequences for all of Tamriel. I don't want to go into too much detail yet because we'll be diving deeper into the story shortly, but this is really big, and we are very excited to see how our community reacts as they learn more about Athelia and her allies.
All right, so we have a new zone and a story about the return of a long-lost Daedric prince, but there's something else arriving with the Gold Road chapter that Matt touched on that our players have been asking about for a long time.
Scribing.
And that's scribing.
Yes, and this is definitely something that the community has been asking about
I want to
for
hear what this
years
is.
at this point. This chapter's big new system, Scribing, is a way for players to customize their character builds.
What?
It's our take on a precursor to the spellcrafting systems from previous Elder Scrolls games, with some tweaks to balance to ensure that it works with our game's combat.
So why don't you talk a little bit about how this system works? What
Yes,
does it
how does it
actually
work?
allow players to do?
With Scribing, players tap into the fundamental elements of magic by unlocking special skills that they can then customize in many different ways. You'll be able to change things like the way a skill interacts with the world, its unique effects, and more. There's also many ways to customize these unique abilities, allowing players to further tailor their builds to their unique needs. We'll go into a lot more detail on Scribing a little bit later, and we'll have a lot more info throughout the year, but we're very
need
excited
more
about
info.
this system, and it's really another way players can truly play the way they want to play.
Well, we clearly have a lot to cover throughout the show, so let's dig in.
Yes.
In the past, we've told stories that feature Daedric princes,
Everything that happens in
emperors,
Elder
and
Scrolls
tyrants,
Line is
heroes,
canon.
and all
They
sorts
work
of
with
legendary
Todd.
monsters. Since
So
our launch
everything
in
that happens
2014,
is part of the world
we've
for
continued to
real.
add to ESO's legacy with new stories that build upon and even add to Elder Scrolls lore in all new ways. And this year's tale is no exception.
This is
So
set
let's kick
1,000
things off
years
with
in the
lead
past,
for this zone, Ed
during the
Stark,
Second
who is
Era.
going to share more about the new chapter's main storyline, including the Forgotten Prince.
Hermione Mora made everyone forget about the prince, so we're probably going to have to do that
I'm
again.
absolutely thrilled to talk to all of you about the story and the adventures you'll experience in the new Gold Road chapter. I was the lead for the High Isle and Greymore chapters, as well as the Murkmire DLC, and I'm having a lot of fun adding to the Elder Scrolls universe. Every part of Tamriel is unique and has its own emergent storylines, and Gold Road is no different. The Westweald region lies just
I hate that
east
buzzword,
of the
emergent.
Gold Coast. Ruled by the Colovian Count Calantius, it is an independent nation allied to the imperial forces currently occupying nearby Cyrodiil, and it is under attack.
He's so
Sweltering
dramatic. I
jungles
love
replaced
him.
a third of the Westweald seemingly overnight.
It is under attack.
While the wood elves in the region seem friendly and is bemused by the situation as the displaced Imperials, Count wants to find out what happened and how he can keep from losing any more of his realm. Surprisingly, however, this Dawnwood jungle overgrowth isn't the most pressing concern for you and your fellow adventurers. Laramil the Wise, an ally of Hermaeus Mora, is back. She's investigating the reappearance of Athelia, the Forgotten Prince, who was introduced at the end of the Necrom chapter. Laramil reveals that scions of Athelia are searching the Westweald for her, wreaking havoc in the region. They believe that the Forgotten Prince had some connection to the aliens who once dwelt in the ancient ruins scattered throughout the zone.
This guy's amazing.
Scions
I love him.
Desperate to help Athelia recover her memories and powers and show no mercy to anyone who gets in their way. Reality itself is under attack, and no one knows exactly how or why the Forgotten Prince has returned. It's been a very long time in any Elder Scrolls game since we delved into the nature of a new Daedric Prince. What effect will the appearance of this long-forgotten prince have on the Westweald, Tamriel, or Nirn itself? How indeed can a Daedric prince be forgotten? More importantly, how can you, the adventurer, counter Athelia's effect on the Westweald? Well, I'm not going to tell you, at least not yet. You have to play Gold Road to find out.
I love this man.
But don't worry. In addition to the eccentric Laramil
He's such
the
a good
Wise,
storyteller.
you have some new and returning allies to help you unravel these mysteries. There's Baragon, ex-adventurer and brother to Evely Sharparrow, and Tribune Alia Idolus, a brash Colovian centurion working for Count Calantius. Outside the main story, we're bringing back the vampire Fenorian of the Ravenwatch.
Oh.
Khajiit investigator Mizik Thunderboots.
Oh my God, I love him.
And a few other fan-favorite allies to also help you in your journeys. There's political intrigue rivaling the tales told in Orsinium and High Isle. Supernatural threats on the same scale as Somerset and Greymoor. Assaults on the Westweald as powerful as any fiery dragon attack in Elsewhere or Daedric Dark Anchor invasions from the base game long ago. Players can choose how they progress the main story of the Gold Road as well. There's a non-linearity to the questline similar to that presented in Hrothgar and Necrom. You'll have to follow the threads to see just where they take you. And over everything is the threat of the forgotten Daedric Prince and her minions. There's something for everyone, all along the Gold Road. I'm looking forward to seeing how you fare. Good luck and happy hunting in the Westweald.
I could listen to this guy narrate anything. He's
Since
so good.
ESO's launch, we've added a ton of new areas for players to explore across all corners of Tamriel and even the realms of Oblivion. Ed just shared some details about the story in Westweald, so now let's learn about how the team brought this space to life. To tell us more about this world you can explore in the latest chapter, we've invited ESO's art director to share more about this colorful but chaotic part of Tamriel.
Hey everybody, I'm CJ Greb, art director for the Elder Scrolls Online, and I'm pleased to be able to share with you more about the Elder Scrolls Online Gold Road's unique zone, the Westweald. For those of you already familiar with Southeast Cyrodiil, this will be the first time you can return to this bountiful part of Tamriel since the Elder Scrolls IV Oblivion way back in 2006. The new zone features 3 unique biomes, each with their own distinctive look and feel. In the southeast lies the Gold Road, a temperate environment similar to that found on the Gold Coast. It is home to the region's capital city, Skingrad, the bustling center of the zone and linchpin for the Colovian Imperials who call the Westweald home.
Oh, Skingrad.
Towards the southwest, you can find the Dawnwood. Formerly part of the Westweald, this area is now home to the encroaching jungles of nearby Valenwood. In this part of the zone, you'll discover a dense wilderness climate inhabited by advancing wood elves from the settlement of Vashabar. In the north of the Westweald lies the Colovian Highlands, a mountainous region that is home to an imperial settlement and numerous alien ruins. The highlands, rocky soil, and dry
ruins.
climate is ideal for the region's famous vineyards. When designing this new zone, the team wanted to capture a region undergoing a dramatic change. And generally, we try to make every zone in ESO feel unique, so much so that a player can instantly recognize what zone they're in merely by looking around. Combining these ideas led us to paint the biomes in the bright colors of seasonal change. Highlights of orange, red, and yellow punctuate the Westweald, giving the entire region an autumnal feel. Classic Colovian architecture inspired many of the zone's structures. However, the Colovian Imperials of the Westweald are wealthy and cosmopolitan, so the art team imbued some high-end motifs and designs throughout. Although this, of course, changes the further from Skingrad you travel. As you explore the zone's rolling hills, rocky crags, bustling vineyards, you'll encounter many Iliad ruins of various sizes and shapes, and have an opportunity to delve deeper into this part of Tamriel's ancient history. We got to have a little fun here as we consider these Iliad ruins less spoiled than other similar locations you may already have visited. As a result, there are structures and architectural pieces of Iliad culture you've never seen before. Speaking of things you've never seen before, the dense, humid forests of neighboring Valenwood seem to have taken over a significant portion of the Westweald practically overnight. This consumption of traditional Colovian territory is cause of some concern for the Imperials, as you might imagine. Even more alarming is the Wildburn, a volatile area that separates the Dawnwood from the Colovian Highlands and Gold Road, comprised of sickened, magically twisted land and even more volatile beasts. While the land itself is changing, it is also under
a lot of
attack
stuff going
from a host of new, unfamiliar foes. Daedra, never before seen in the Elder Scrolls, roam the countryside, including Shardborn and aspects of Athalia that herald from the realm known as Mirrormore. And if all of that wasn't enough, the Wildburn has taken to magically corrupting the indigenous beasts of the land, resulting in danger around every turn. In the Westweald, we've created a beautiful world in flux, besieged by change itself. It's Imperials meet Wood Elves, meet Oblivion, and it's a world unlike anything we've created previously. We can't wait for you to explore it.
I always love when we can share behind-the-scenes info about all the research and care that goes into creating a new zone. Rich, why don't you talk a little bit about what else players will encounter in Westweald?
In addition to the main storyline, the zone contains new delves and public dungeons to explore, side quests to experience, and world bosses to contend with. Everything you would expect from a chapter.
Yeah,
there's also an all-new 12-player trial to challenge your group, and the introduction of a new type of world event.
And of course, there's all kinds of rewards that you can find in the new zone, including new item sets to loot and craft, unique collectibles to unlock, and special antiquities to scry and dig up, and a lot more.
And of course, that's all in addition to the new scribing system.
That's right. In previous chapters, we've added new classes like the Necromancer and most recently the Arcanist. We've also added new gameplay systems that we continually update, such as treasure hunting with antiquities, our deck-building card game, Tales of Tribute, even our housing and furnishing system, and of course, companion system, which allows you to bring an ally to fight alongside with you. This time with Gold Road, we're adding a new way to further tweak your builds just how you want them. We know everyone's been waiting patiently for more information on this new system, so let's kick it over to Kira to explain exactly how it works.
Okay, we're finally getting details on scribing.
Play Your Way is one of Elder Scrolls Online's biggest pillars, and we're always looking to give our players even more ownership over their characters and their skills. For scribing, our system focus was around roleplay and choice. We wanted to give our players the power to customize skills to enhance their roleplay.
Please give us examples.
And have more agency in choosing and creating those skills that are right for them. With scribing, we've created a new ability for every weapon skill line, and a few more. Each of these new skills, or grimoires, has customizable elements that you can swap out to suit your needs while maintaining a fun and balanced experience. Every grimoire has a base function, the thing it always does. For example, the new bow grimoire, Vault, has you shoot the ground with an enchanted arrow, creating an area of effect, and then backflip out of danger, enabling a quick, tactical fire and escape ability. But You can personalize it from here. Every scribe skill also has 3 script slots, a primary, secondary, and tertiary, which allow you to change the ability's specifics. Want to double down on poison or bleed?
Yes.
Set one of those as the primary script of Vault, and now that's the damage type of its AoE. Primaries determine the main effect of the skill
I like this.
and its resource cost. But perhaps you're more of a ranged healer character. Keep it ally-focused and customize Vault with a heal primary and add either a heal over time or stamina recovery secondary for any allies in that area of effect. Secondaries are about individualizing that skill to better match with your build or roleplay. This is where we have more unique effects.
Chat, every game will
tie
have
into the
min-max where
identity
someone will
of
figure
the
out what the
parent
most
skill
damage
line.
is and everyone will use that.
For example,
that's every
a
damn
unique
MMO
bow
ever,
secondary
okay?
gives the player a stack of the Hawkeye bonus, increasing damage on their
Every
other
MMO
bow
has a
abilities
meta.
for a
Everyone.
short duration. Finally, you're able
So I
to
want to figure
add
out
a
what
buff
gives a
or
0.1%
debuff to
advantage
Vault
over the
as
other
its
ones, and
tertiary
then
effect.
everyone will use that.
Perhaps minor maim.
But it's cool that
minor
this option
expedition,
is there
or
if
minor
you want it.
vulnerability. That is a lot of ways to customize just this skill, and we have even more scripts and combinations to be revealed in the future. But scribing isn't just a system for tinkering with skills. It's
What?
also an exploration into the ancient origins of magic, following the legacy and discovering the secrets of the mage who first learned to manipulate those energies. You'll need to own the Gold Road chapter to unlock the system. One more thing. When we were deep into this customization headspace, we loved the idea of having our skill visuals better reflect our players' roleplay goals, and perhaps feel a bit fresh if they've been playing for a while. When Gold Road and Scribing launch, we'll also be adding a select number of skill styles. These styles are color variants of popular abilities from weapon, guild, and world skills. Like Wall of Elements will have a new purple version, Trap Beast orange, and Mage Light a green option, so that when you equip those abilities, you'll be able to select which version you want to see.
You're gonna have to pay for
By
them,
the
though.
way, in Gold Road, all of these skill styles will be earnable as in-game rewards.
What?
We have a lot more planned for skill styling in the
free.
updates after the chapter 2.
Okay, then.
We can't wait to share more about
Free?
scribing and styling with the ESO community
Well,
in
you
the
know,
coming months.
as part of the expansion
and see
purchase,
what
but-
new metas, builds, and more come out. See you soon.
Scribing looks like it has the potential to really change the way our players play the game.
We definitely believe it will, and Scribing gives our players a level of flexibility with their builds they've never seen before.
I
in
wonder if you'll
ESO.
be able to do any class
The new
abilities.
customizable abilities can be used by any class, allowing players to maximize an aspect of their build or perhaps give them a new way to fill a gap. And the system also provides a brand new avenue to customize their visuals too. We know just how important fashion is to our community.
Well, the good news is you won't have to wait too long to play because Scribing
June.
arrives with the Elder Scrolls
Yep.
Online Gold Road on
Always
June
June.
3rd for PC and Mac, and June 18th for Xbox and
It
PlayStation
sounds like they're gonna
consoles.
do it for
and
all
it's
weapons.
available to pre-purchase now. You can visit ElderScrollsOnline.com for more details. Now, as many of you watching might expect, this chapter isn't the only major release
Yes,
in
we're going to talk
2024.
about the rest of the
There's
year
a
as well.
lot coming this year. And we're kicking things off in March with Update 41 and our newest dungeon DLC pack, which includes 2 new dungeons, Oathsworn Pit and Bedlam Vale.
Okay.
These 2 dungeons will have you explore a training ground for the followers of Malakath and a secret vault within the demi-realm of Maelstrom. Both dungeons help set the stage for the upcoming chapter release and storyline.
Okay.
And these dungeons will be available in normal and veteran modes and have their own veteran hard mode difficulties.
So many dungeons now.
With all the unique rewards you'd expect, including new item sets and collectibles. And as always with these DLCs, these new challenges can be purchased in the in-game Crown Store, or they come free as part of ESO Plus.
If you want to first look at these new dungeons, be sure and tune in to our next ESO live stream as we'll be joined by lead encounter designer Mike Finnegan to share all the details about this upcoming dungeon DLC.
That's not all we have going throughout 2024 either.
Yes.
Update 43, which is scheduled to arrive in August, will be another base game update similar to what we did in 2023, and that includes a host of bug fixes and quality of life improvements. with some pretty exciting features, including something housing related.
Housing?
And finally, Update 44 will close the year out by introducing 2 new in-game companions, and something we're not quite ready to reveal yet. But
PvP.
to all our PvP-minded players, you might want to pay particular attention to this update.
Finally, a PvP
Well, you'll
update.
definitely want to keep an eye out for more information on our plans as the year progresses.
Finally,
we've gone
something
over
new
so
for
much already,
PvPers.
but as with any major chapter release, there's a ton of in-game rewards you can get when you pick up Gold Road. Let's find out more about the various additions and pre-purchase rewards for the Elder Scrolls Online Gold Road with community managers Jess and Kevin.
Hi everyone, I'm Jess Folsom, ESO's lead community manager, and I'm joined by my fellow community manager, Kevin Boley. We're here to tell you a little more about the new Gold Road chapter, its additions, and pre-purchase rewards.
Do you play
Thanks,
this
Jess.
game? Yes.
And hey, everyone.
I play it
As mentioned,
a hell of a lot.
The Elder Scrolls Online Gold Road arrives this summer on PC and Mac and on Xbox and PlayStation consoles. However, you can pre-purchase the chapter right
I
now
have
on ElderScrolls
1,200 hours in
and
ESO.
unlock in-game items, which we'll cover in just a minute. But first, let's talk about the different versions of Gold Road.
Right. Depending on your history with the Elder Scrolls Online, there's bound to be an
1,200
edition
hours.
of Gold Road that suits you. If you're an existing player, the upgrade versions may be just right.
If you're a new or returning player, the collection might be a good fit. It includes the ESO base game, all 7 previous chapters, and the new Gold Road chapter at launch. That means the collection will allow you to begin your adventures in Tamriel right now, and play
You
the
have
new chapter
3.2
once it
thousand?
launches.
Nice.
Both the Gold Road upgrade and collection are also available in deluxe editions, which includes a bounty of additional in-game items themed around the West Weald and Skingrad regions, including a unique pet, memento, outfit
That
style,
mount looks
emote
amazing.
pack, and first of its kind mount, all of which are
Oh,
granted
wow.
at chapter launch.
Whichever
love that
edition of
mount.
Gold Road you choose, there are several pre-purchase rewards you can unlock. These include a striking new costume, pet, and crown crate delivered at launch, and
that
instant
costume
in-game
was kinda
access
meh.
to the spectacular wolf mount. For a limited time, if you pre-purchase Gold Road, you'll get instant access to this matching wolf pup pet, so don't miss out.
You can pre-purchase the Elder Scrolls Online Gold Road
Damn
right
it.
now on ElderScrollsOnline.com.
He's got little
or
armor
select
on.
retailers for PC and Mac, Xbox Series X and S, Xbox One, PlayStation 4, and PlayStation 5. Of course, we have a lot of exciting releases, in-game events, and community fun lined up for the Elder Scrolls Online between now and chapter launch too.
You'll be able to explore 2 new dungeons launching along with Update 41. You can get a first look at these new dungeons and Update 41 by helping us test it all on the PC and Mac public test server in just a few days. Then, this spring, ESO will introduce the prologue quest for Gold Road. This free
nice.
quest line sets up the events of the upcoming chapter.
I like the
and is
prologue
available to
quest. They give
anybody
you
who
like
owns
a
a copy of the Elder Scrolls
nice
Online.
free
If you'd like to check
few
out
hour
some of ESO's past
journey.
DLCs and chapters for free, then now is your chance with the ESO Plus free trial, live right now on all platforms.
Oh, cool.
There's also a ton of fun in-game events lined up over the next few months, including the now live Guilds and Glory celebration, then the White Strikes Mayhem PvP event, and of course, the fan favorite Jesters Festival.
I've never done the Jesters
Starting
Festival.
right now with the Guilds and Glory celebration, you can earn the Moloch Ball Illusion Imp Pet, as well as its morphs over the course of 2024. It's the perfect companion to get you in the celebratory mood as we head into the incredible 10th anniversary celebration for the Elder Scrolls Online. To learn more about this year's morphing collectible, check out our preview article on the official ESO website. We've grown in
ESO
so many
events are a
ways
grind
since
on
ESO
purpose.
first launched. With international community managers
But most of the
across
stuff you don't
15
really
unique
want. It's only like a
territories
1 or 2
and
things you
7
would actually
officially
want.
supported languages,
It's
this
not a huge
massive
deal.
celebration of ESO and its community is our biggest one yet. And it will include many in-person events around the world. As Matt mentioned earlier, the fun kicks off with our first in-person event in Amsterdam, Netherlands, and continues all the way into 2025 with our largest in-person event in the US yet.
Yeah,
We
I
hope
play
to
it on
see you at
Steam
one of
Deck all
them.
the time. It's really
Check
good.
ElderScrollsOnline.com for the details
game's also
on our
on
upcoming
console if
Quarter
you
One
like
Dungeon
console.
DLC, the in-game events, and our 10th anniversary
So it
plans.
has full controller support.
We have big things ahead.
We can't wait for you to join us as we celebrate 10 amazing years of the Elder Scrolls Online together.
When are we going to have some sort of 10-year
All right,
anniversary
so let's
event?
recap.
Like,
We've revealed
in-game?
ESO's upcoming chapter, The Elder Scrolls Online Gold Road, and shared what kind of adventures and features you can expect when it launches June 3rd for PC, Mac, and June 18th for Xbox and PlayStation consoles.
This includes a new zone, the Colovian region known as the West Weald, which is a storyline that features the return of a forgotten prince.
It
Ophelia.
does support controller.
And
I
of
play it
course,
all the
brand new
time.
Scribing system, which
Path
allows
Julak.
you to unlock and customize special skills for all your characters.
And don't
I
forget,
play with
ESO
controller all the
Gold
time in
Road
my
is
bed.
available for pre-purchase today.
On the Steam version.
We've got a lot planned for ESO's 10-year anniversary, which includes a host of in-person events, starting with the ESO 10-year celebration in Amsterdam this spring. Make sure to RSVP if you haven't already done so. From all of us here at ZeniMax Online Studios, thank you for watching. Keep an eye out on our social channels and ElderScrollsOnline.com for more information on everything we've covered today. And don't forget to tune in next week for a first look at Update 41. We can't wait to share more details with you on the upcoming Gold Road chapter, anniversary celebration, and more later this year.
Thanks again for joining us today, and we'll see you all next time.
Pretty good reveal. It's going to be a good expansion this year for ESO players. It's going to be fun. I'm excited for everything they showed. Especially the PvP people have been craving a PvP update forever, and it looks like they're finally going to get some new form of PvP. Well, that was fun. All right, well, what a fun day of reveals. That was good. Bethesda's rating J. Alartis. Nice. Very cool. ESO PvP has gotten better because they've been upgrading the servers, but it still has a way to go. It just, they're running on, what, 10-year-old programming right now? And it's pretty complex for what it is.
I have a very special thing, though. I have a very special reveal.
All right. Shorter, more narrative. Overall, very good day today. I'm excited for all the games we saw. The Avowed, Indiana Jones, Elder Scrolls Online expansion. The Civ-like game looked really good. Hellblade looks good. We're off to a good start, and it's only January, and all those games are coming out this year, which is great. Yeah, Xbox is doing good this year. I can't really see what Sony has, if anything, besides The Last of Us. It's like, I like The Last of Us. It's fine. It's a good game series, but I would like something new. Elder Scrolls Online is unlike any other MMO you've ever played. In most MMOs, when they release an expansion, everything in the past becomes obsolete. That's not how this game works. Every piece of gear and loot and stuff is always relevant. Now, there's always going to be some pieces of gear that are better than others, but even in new expansions, some like gear sets and stuff aren't as good as others, you know. But every piece of gear, even the vanilla gear from 10 years ago, is still as powerful as modern gear. So it's a game where you make your own. There's even some sets from the base game that people will still use for things like PvP or healing and stuff. Like, you can find good stuff everywhere, but there's always going to be, just in every MMO, like stuff that's meta and stuff that's not meta. So people will min-max and they'll find the one thing that does the 2% more damage and everything else, and then you always got to use that. But that's only if you're doing raiding and which is called Trials and Veteran. If you aren't doing those two forms of content, then you can literally just put on anything you want. You can wear any. You can make, if you want to be a heavy armor dagger user, go for it. Like, do it. Like, you're not going to do a bunch of damage, but you'll be pretty tanky for a little damage dealer, but you can just do whatever you want, really. That's one of the best parts about the game is that you have so much freedom in making what you want. But, you know, there's always going to be meta builds for the hard content at the end. All right, guys, I'm going to go get off here. I'll probably come back on later tonight with a short, comfy stream. Thank you guys for watching the reveals. Is Elder Scrolls Online solo friendly? Yes. I play it completely solo and just do the quests. The quests are fun. It's like Fallout 76 where all the enemies are always your level, so you can go anywhere you want in the world and just do whatever content you feel like doing that day. So if you want to start in latest expansion as a level 1 character, you can. You want to start in the base game, you can do that too. And you can just go around and pop around. It's fun. I like it. All right, I'm going to get off here, guys. I'll be back on later today, and I'll probably do something comfy. And you guys have a lovely evening if I don't see you later today. Bye, everybody. Have a good night. Ta-ta.
Here's a little something you may not know. All video games take place in a shared multiverse called the Metabit. And it's home to a legendary hero, jumping in and out of worlds to save the day. But just who is this mysterious champion? Yep, you guessed it. Dan. And all of your favorite video game heroes, past and present, they're actually Dan. Remember that retail store clerk who had to fight off a freaky cult of the undead? That was Dan. Or when the retired colonel suited up to save the city from invading snake aliens? Also Dan. The time I died 27 times trying to cross that stupid bridge, and I nearly threw my controller through the wall. Yeah, okay, so no one's perfect. But in the end, Dan always comes out on top. Dan's dedicated his life to defeating the perils of the Metabit. And now he's helping others do the same.